Today we're going to be talking about the federal excise taxes on commercial tires and the new ruling from the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. If you're a commercial tire buyer of 40-foot containers, this video is for you. Before we go forward, it will mean a lot to me if you hit a like and subscribe to my channel. It goes a long way to promoting this video to other commercial tire buyers in the United States and hopefully save some people some pain. With that, let's go back to the video. A little recap of the federal excise tax is about $29.50 per tire, and that's on a 295/75 or 22.5/16 ply. Based on IRS code 4071, the importer or the manufacturer is who's normally liable for the federal excise tax. So why is this Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling so important? The reason it's important is because the law was the importer or the manufacturer is liable. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals rectified who's liable, and now is the beneficial owner. So in theory, there could be two owners of the federal excise tax, the nominal importer and the beneficial owner. So if you're a commercial tire buyer and you're buying 40-foot containers and the container arrives to your warehouse and you have an invoice that says FETs included, but the import record does not remit the payment, that liability is now in your company. It's very important because if you're buying these 40-foot containers and the import record does not remit the payment, based on this ruling, the beneficial owner who received the 40-foot container is now who's liable for the federal excise tax. When a party orders taxable articles to be shipped to the United States for resale and is otherwise uninvolved in the importation process, is that party the importer? We hold that they are when they derive almost all the benefits of the importation. While we agree with the district court that Texas Truck did not bring the tires to the United States, as term is used in the applicable Treasury regulation, we find it erred by failing to consider whether Texas Truck was the beneficial owner under the regulation. We further hold that Texas Truck was in fact the beneficial owner and therefore liable for the excise tax. Accordingly, we reverse. The problem was that Texas Truck was buying commercial tires by the container load from Omni United, Shandong Home Run Tires Co. Ltd, Maxim International Ltd, and Weifeng Haichuan Importer and Exporters. Also, Qingdao Lai Ji Rubber Trade Hong Tire. So according to this ruling, even if you had nothing to do with the importation process, with the freight forwarding, even if your invoice says FET included, you wire the money for that container to a U.S. company, the importer, they do not properly remit the payment of the federal excise tax, that tax liability is now in your company. So for example, Texas Truck Parts was the first beneficial owner of that container and they were the first point of resale in the United States. Therefore, they're the beneficial owner and liable for the federal excise tax. The way the court came to this is they looked at Black Law's dictionary. Let's look at what the court decided. Black's Law Dictionary: and beneficial interest meant to profit, benefit, or advantage resulting from a contract or the ownership of an estate distinct from the legal ownership and control. Beneficial interest, Black's Law Dictionary, an equitable owner was defined as the one who's recognized equity as the owner of property because the real and beneficial use and title belonging to him, although the barely legal title is vested on another. Under this definition, there may be two owners in respect of the same property, the nominal or the legal owner, and the other one is the beneficial or equitable owner. There is no doubt that in this instance, the Chinese manufacturers did not act any more than nominal importers. They did not ship the tires to sell them or initiate new sales to purchasers in the United States. They shipped them to an American entity which then sold the tires. The Chinese manufacturers were importers in name only. So based on this new ruling, everybody right now is exposed. If you're not getting EFTPS confirmation payments from these import records, I am seeing across the whole United States some pricing that is really way below market. And the problem is that the federal excise tax is not paid at the port in the United States. People are able to file a form called the 720. And with this form of the 720, you're able to file the federal excise taxes quarterly. Normally, if you sell tires, you're supposed to pay them in 14 days the federal excise taxes. So all these importers selling to American companies a container, in 14 days they should be able to provide you an EFTPS confirmation payment like my employer is doing, Hensugi Tire USA. they should break down all the containers they bought during that quarter and the federal excise tax confirmation that it got paid with the EFTPS confirmation. So in my opinion, all these import records are going to be using the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals judgment to say, hey, we were the nominal importers, the beneficial owner was XYZ Tire Company in the United States. And they're gonna say, hey, based on Texas Truck Parts opinion, yeah, we invoiced FET included, but that doesn't mean we have to pay it. They have to pay it. So I highly suggest everybody to look at my Make Tire Business Great Again video. With that video, I give you the step-by-step instructions in how to find out if your import record company that's bringing you the commercial tires are actually paying the federal excise taxes. As of the moment, that is the only real way I know how to verify federal excise taxes have been paid. So Texas Truck Parts bought these containers from 2012 to 2017. This new ruling is 2024, and he's been fighting the IRS now for a little bit over 5 years. So this is real. It's happening across the United States. Customers really have to start asking the questions. Say, hey, where is the EFTPS? What are the 720s? Where is the CBP Form 7501? Who is the import record? Because if it happened to Texas Truck Parts, they have 10 locations. They're a huge tire company out in Houston. I personally know the owner of Texas Truck Parts. He's a fan of my videos, and he's very happy that I'm exposing this across the whole industry, because the amount of crooks out there, it's unlike anything I ever seen. It's getting really out of control. It's the most un-American thing I ever seen. I also exposed in another video, up here you can see the link, how people are using fake harmonized tariff schedules to dodge the federal excise taxes and keep on dumping them into American companies. To all the Chinese trading companies that I'm gonna send this video, this really has to stop, because eventually, I've seen this many times, and the scheme always falls. People are gonna get audited, people are gonna get fined, and hopefully with this video I can really save a lot of people a lot of money and a lot of pain, because the amount of stress that companies go through with audits, and we as Hengsugi have been audited ourselves. Even if we pay everything, it still takes a lot of time, and now I cannot imagine if you're actually owing something to the IRS. It'll be pretty terrible. So everybody out there, watch out. Give me a like and subscribe. It means a lot to the channel. I can pump out more videos like this in the future, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much.